time lucky. That's how race controller Byron Campbell called it as the Stuart Blanchard Memorial Waimakariri race finally got underway. Amongst the 16-boat field, several new and returning drivers. Brandon Crowley had stepped up from his jet ski powered boat to the big league.
It was 310 horsepower, now it's about 1300. Yeah, got another 1,000, so it's going to be a good day just to get up and down, especially with the conditions. A little bit bleak up there, we've been up and down this morning, so yeah, just really looking forward to it. Spent maybe an hour and a half in the boat in total since we've had it, so still learning a lot. Yeah, so no, it's going to be a good run. We're looking forward to just getting in the seat.
Mark Allen was one of the first to drag his old A-class boat out of the shed.
And we heard about the A-class and that it's an open class, and we thought, well, someone has to make a move and get these old boats out, and I didn't really want to be 10 years' time sitting on the couch saying I didn't give it a go. So we thought we'd bring an old boat out, and we've had lots of phone calls with people thinking doing the same, so we can get A-class cranking and get some people off the couches. It'd be pretty cool.
Today wasn't Mark's day though. After a strong start, the unit grill let go, forcing him out. Greg Skeen was also tempting fate in A-class after a 9-year hiatus. Alongside him, another veteran racer, Paul Collins, although early concerns about navigation were surfacing.
Blind leading the blind.
This combo looked okay early on. Certainly better than Andrew Scott, who pulled up short at the pylons.
Yeah, saw a big rain cloud up there and we didn't have coats on, so we thought we'd pull up for a second, but yeah, the boat actually decided it was going to stop. The fuel pump's no good, unfortunately. Yeah.
Peter O'Sullivan, in only his second racing outing, did get past the tricky pylons, but took a track off to the left soon after that in hindsight wasn't the right way. Craig Plunkett was another returning after an absence on the water in a newly acquired ex-Callum Mackenzie hull with Riley Smith's old FX engine tucked in behind. That new combo was doing what it needed to get him to the Gorge Bridge. Riley Smith, on the other hand, had jumped at the offer of John Derry's CX raceboat while his own new CX engine was being sorted for next season. He was looking forward to the opportunity, but what about his navigator, Zane Rich?
Well, he's not. He broke his arm at the start of this week. He fell off a ladder on Monday, so that means I've got my brother Scott. He's going to jump in the silly seat and have a go today.
When was the last time you were in the silly seat?
2018, and it just happened to be Stuart Blanchard that year. So
how did the navigation go then?
It was good to some degree. Upstream was good, downstream not so much. We had a wee push and got wet feet, so today's aim is to have dry feet when we get back to the trailer.
Another new face in FX, Stuart Fitzgerald, got number 69 to the top, but like the worsening weather at lunch, fuel issues were dampening his enthusiasm. For a couple of years now, River Racing New Zealand has been promoting club class racing to encourage new and perhaps a few older racers back into the hot seat. Rob Pooley had a borrowed boat this event as well and was exploring the virtues of this entry-level class.
It's John Derry's family boat, one of a suite that he's got, of course.
And what's got to be done to go racing?
Big emphasis on safety, not surprisingly. Good roll cage, good safety belts and so forth, and then our own normal scrutineering list, which gives us all the protection that you need.
And the other advantage, I guess, is that at the end of the weekend you can pull the roll cage and seats out.
Well, you can, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to hand it back to him and say thanks.
John Derry, meantime, was being kept honest by Mike Pooley, who had his fuel pump issues sorted from the marathon to stay in touch by lunch at the Gorge Bridge.
Well, we've caught him sort of halfway up for a brief moment, then he pulled away at the top end again, so looked to push a bit hard on the way down, try and catch him.
Pooley would need to. The 9 times Kiwi champ wasn't NZ1 by chance. 50 seconds quicker to the top. Simon Bagri made the top 2, but it wasn't without issue.
Yeah, he had a bit of a spin up on a sharp corner, coming a bit too hot, and yeah, let the next person go past us. But no, we had a good run, not too bad, except for the rain and a bit of spray from a few other front boats, but it was all good.
Bagri was soon back on the tail of a procession of CX boats, some, like Wayne Boys, suffering from fogging visors, reducing visibility and speed. and Scott Smith made the top, but charging issues meant a new battery was being hastily fitted, ready for downstream.
We've got here and we've just found that the belt's gone, the battery's dead flat, so we might just biff another battery in it and we'll be good for the downstream.
As promised, Mike Pooley pushed harder. John Derry tried to answer, but the man who failed to unseat Derry in the marathon was on a charge.
We managed to haul him in and a couple of wee good shortcuts and got past and just managed ourselves to the bottom, and it was a good win. Good way to finish the series, really.
You said you were going to push a bit harder, didn't you?
We did push very hard, don't worry. No, it was good. We had a ball.
Look, I think Mike might just be in front of us, but well deserved. So we had a blind of a trip up, but an absolutely terrible trip down. So very lucky to be here, and lots of swearing going on the boat, and yeah, footage definitely worth looking at.
Happy to be third home, Justin Hill, flying NZ2 colours with a smaller engine, delivering the speed of A-class.
Yeah, we've had a good chunk of DNFs on this river and sort of a bogey for me, and I had a real good run. It's probably the best we've ever done down the Waimakariri, so I'm stoked. Yep.
CX engine came down here looking like you're in A-class.
Yeah, no, still got the CX sitting in the shed, so threw it in the last minute and come out and have some fun on the Waimakariri. It's our home river and we enjoy it. So.
News of Derry's lone CX entry arrived before the boat via Snapchat.
The old rod decided to go outside of the block. Day done.
It looks like I might keep the carburetor out of that. That's about it. Here, Riley might owe me a motor, so he's got a new one for his boat, so maybe he might just whip it straight into that boat for me.
Nah, we don't, unfortunately, so we'll just keep that for ourselves, I think.
Greg Skeen got A24 home to win class and was under no illusion about the hardest part of the day.
The rain. Upstream, couldn't see, jumped one shelf. Lucky we didn't have a camera. Just took our time, slowed right down, sort of took the long way around. It was a good run. Enjoyed it.
Good form today from Simon Baggery, collecting second in CX class and, more importantly, a finish on this river.
Got the monkey off the back and finished the Waimakariri. Great.
What was the secret?
I had a good navigator. But don't tell him that. You get a big head.
The FX win went to Craig Plunkett, consistent both directions.
Really good. We hit 90 at the top coming down, so really happy with how the boat's going there. But a bit further down we got off to the right a wee bit far and jumped over a few banks, and the centre shaft for the wings actually broke, so we lost the wings from about the bottom half, so they're just doing what they pleased. So it was a bit disappointing. We couldn't really fly at the bottom half, but no, it went good at the top half. So.
And going to show the power of family boats, club class was won by Rob Pooley, beating the more purpose-built club class boat in the hands of Tim Guthrie, who, by the look of his borrowed boat, certainly had a few trials en route downstream.
This needs a good cut and polish actually, but just come down about 5 or 6 k's from the finish. Went down over a shelf, just sort of buttoned off and cut out, and we were basically heading straight for a bank and managed to get it going, and that's the aftermath. We hit it sideways.
The Stuart Blanchard Memorial Waimakariri race, postponed twice and run after the annual marathon, but still a fitting curtain draw to the 2021 season.